Hey y'all, and welcome to Skyrim Scripting. On this episode, we're kicking off a new series where we're going to make a bag of holding, like a magical bag that we can put as much stuff in it as we want to. Now, there's a couple of them out there for old RIM, as if you will, Legendary Edition. There's one called Bag of Holding that's got over 16,000 downloads. There's Vidani or Vidanis's Bag of Holding, which is super popular, and that one has been ported over to Special Edition. It has like two versions, two different ports of it. Combined like almost 10,000 unique downloads. And then there's a really cool one called Ultimate Bag of Holding. This one is super configurable, which I like, and I kind of want to look at us doing something like this. I love that you can auto store your like stolen things and ingredients and other stuff there. Yeah, I think a bag of holding would just kind of be a fun thing to make. I don't foresee us releasing anything on Nexus because there's already a couple that are awesome, unless we have some like aha eureka moment where what we make is like has some amazing feature that no one else has or something like that, in which case we'll call it like cool bag. I don't know. So let's get started. One of the things that I saw that I want to point out here, there were some features mentioned on the Vidani's bag of holding that I want to go over. We're not going to actually like try out any of the bags, and we for sure are not going to, under any circumstances, look at any of the source code for any of these for a number of reasons. One, because it's just more fun and challenging for us, but also, you know, different authors have different preferences, and you know, maybe we will have some eureka moment and put something on Nexus. So we don't want to look at other people's code. That's a no-no. You can look at the code as much as you want. I'm not going to. So here's some of the things that we're going to want to cover. One, we're going to want to make it craftable. So I've never made anything with a recipe. We're going to make it craftable. That'll be cool. We need to make it so that you can activate it using your favorite hotkey. So like this is already an issue because if it's a miscellaneous item, miscellaneous items can't be favorited. So we're going to have to find some way around that. There is an SKSE plugin by, I think, Power of 3. It might be Ryan someone that, but I think it's Power of 3 that makes it so that you can favorite miscellaneous items, but we don't want to rely on that. So that's going to be a tricky one. Let's see, making sure that you can activate it obviously from the inventory, and it'll take you over to like a bartering menu where you barter between yourself and it. It being the bag of holding, and then making sure you can drop it and put it in other containers. That's cool too. So like there's a bunch of stuff for us to like try and figure out, right? We'll figure that out together. First, let me see if my tea is drinkable yet. I just poured it like a couple minutes ago. It kind of is. It's very spicy. That's the chai that has cayenne in it. So I guess let's make something. We need a name for our bag. Should we call it Cool Bag? I didn't think of this before the episode. We need something. Let's call it let's see, Cool Bag, Cool Beans. Are there any words that like end with bag? That could be like a cool play on words or something. I don't think we're gonna call it Hobag. We're not gonna do that. Scumbag. No, I don't think we should do that. Dirtbag. I didn't know nosebag was a word. Learn something every day. We're not gonna call it douchebag. Gunny bag? No. Let's call it cool bag. Sure. We might regret that because we're gonna use the acronym like all over the place, but let's call it cool bag. Or just bag of holding. Cool bag. It's done. It's decided. You can call yours whatever you want, but apparently this is called cool bag. And we'll make a new empty mod called cool bag. And we'll tell Creation Kit to store its files in cool bag because we're using Mod Organizer 2 as we've been through in previous episodes. You don't have to. You can do whatever you want. Alright, I'll turn on cool bag. Jeez, Creation Kit and Mod Organizer 2. As always, that white box pops up for me because I have the Creation Kit SSE fixes installed, and this color is a little bit different because I have the Creation Kit unofficial patch installed as well. So let's save this. We'll just call it cool bag. Is that what we want to call it? Let me think for a sec. I don't have any better ideas. We'll go with cool bag. Now remind me that I want to make sure that you can have more than one of these. I feel like the mods I've used so far, you can only have one, and I want more. And I want to be able to put my bags of holding in my bags of holding. You can't put the bag of holding in itself. That would make the world explode. But I want to have multiple and be able to put different bags in different bags. So where do we want to start first? I kind of want you to have something in your inventory that's hotkeyable, so it's equipable. So we'll just do a ring or something. And when you equip it, we'll open up a container menu. We'll activate it. Okay, so one of the things we are going to do is we're going to make a cell. And because we're making a cell, because we want to put our containers there, our bags, we want to, that means we're not going to be able to ESLify this, which will make some people sad. Wah, 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 wah. There's a way around it. We could place containers in existing cells in Skyrim. The gotcha there would be, because we could lock them so no one else could get into them. I mean, you're the only person. You could find your bag of holding just like around the world. We're going to make a cell. It's the easiest way to do this. We're going to go to world, cells, and we're going to make our first thing in Creation Kit. We're going to call it cool bag underscore cell. We're only going to have one of them. And our container is going to be a barrel. So let's grab a barrel. Did I load Skyrim? Let's load Skyrim so that we can grab a barrel. Sure. Save changes to plugin file. I kind of want to do the screencast so I can do it like in between doing other screencasts, like how to write files to the file system and how to make a mod configuration menu and stuff like that. Those things are really important, and I want to make a bunch of those 15 to 30 minute videos, 45 at the most, like a ton of those, but these are just fun. These are good examples of something that maybe I would Twitch. So let me know if you'd be interested. I'm kind of thinking that maybe Sunday afternoons Pacific American time, or like 6, 7, 8 a.m. Between those hours, Pacific American time, which I think is afternoon, evening for UK. Sometimes I'm thinking about. So let's make a barrel. Let's grab a barrel. We'll do an empty one. We'll make our own base object and we'll call it cool bag container. We'll call it cool bag. And we'll hit OK, and it'll ask us if we want to make this a new form, and of course we do. And now we can just put a bunch of them in our cell. Let's open up our cell, cool bag. Here's our cell. Let me save first. And then let's put a bunch of them in here. Yeah, I want you to go down where the other one is. I'm terrible at this. Doesn't Z make it go down? I want it to go down, not up. Is that doing it? I suck at this. I super suck at this. Container. 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 Just keep them all near one another. That's all I care about. Container. How many do we have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's get 10 of them to start with at least. I want more than 10, but let's get 10 containers. And we'll just call them like cool bag. The form is called container, so maybe we'll just call it container 1, container 2, container 3. So we'll call this cool bag container 1. Really, we just want its form ID. I don't think we're going to need the editor ID at all, but now we have one. Let's save. Let's make a ring or something that you can equip, and when you equip it, we'll give it an enchantment, and so we can trigger something when you equip it. We don't need an enchantment, but I kind of want it to have an enchantment because I want it to register as a magical item. That's really the only reason why. There's some mods that like will look in your inventory for magical items, maybe take them away from you, all kinds of stuff like that, and I want to make sure this works with them. So I guess let's make a magical effect, and we'll call it cool bag, like equip effect. Equip effect. Maybe I'll do effect on equip. I mean, we obviously could do other things. I want to call this. Let's call it enchantment effect. And we'll have a cool bag enchantment. So magical effects. Just call it cool bag. It's a constant effect. That's it. Save. So let's make a script for our enchantment effect. I hope the script name isn't too long because I want cool bag enchantment effect script. That might be too long. We hit OK and then see if it compiles. If it doesn't compile, I think there's a length limit. Edit source. Compile. Good. Okay. It's probably the longest thing we'll have in terms of names. Now let's make an enchantment that we can apply to, like, we'll start with a ring. So we're going to call it cool bag enchantment. So we'll just call it cool bag. Casting constant effect. We'll do new cool bag enchantment effect. Cool. Now the ring or whatever itself we decide to use could have its own script attached to it, so we don't actually need to use the enchantment for anything. It could just mark it as a magical effect. So because the enchantment is going to trigger, and the effect script will only be active while you have it worn, and then it'll do a effect stop. Versus the item is an object reference that it can have scripts going kind of indefinitely. So just note. Now, Jeepers Creepers, what was I about to do? Let's grab a ring. I don't know. Sapphire. Jewelry, ring, gold, sapphire. Is there silver? Jewelry ring. Silver, amethyst. I really like amethyst. This is only temporary anyway. We're going to change it to point at the texture for a bag, I think. So we'll open up the amethyst ring and we'll call it Cool Bag. Inventory Activator. I'm just gonna call it Cool Bag. Now if it's a ring, or any of these other areas, it'll unequip whatever you have in that area. Now, people for all different types of mods could be using these different things. I wonder how many people use 50, decapitate head. Let's put it in 50 if that's how it works. Enchanting, cool bag enchantment. And this is the model. No, there's keywords. I want to get rid of the keywords. Hit OK. Create a new form. Save. Cool bag. And I super don't feel comfortable with how much we're doing without a repository. Create new repository. Cool bag. Example, let's see, bag of holding Skyrim mod. Example. Skyrim example mod. And doesn't matter where it goes, we can put it on the in my documents, because I'm going to move it in a second. Give it a readme and make it MIT. Create it. And let's go to where our mod is that we're creating right now, which is in my mods. I hate not having this committed. Makes me uncomfortable. And we'll go to our documents. Here's cool bag, and we're just going to move all this stuff over here. We can delete documents cool bag. And now we just tell this Git app where we put it, and it's in our mods in cool bag. Cool. Creating mod. Working on creating new mod. Whatever. Publish, and yes, and we want it to be public. Da, 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 and it's pushing it. Okay, I feel way more comfortable now. Like, we can break stuff, which is great. Let's just go to, let's see, we called this inventory activator. It's a long name. I bet we can't do inventory activator script. But I'm going to try. I'm going to add a script to this. And I'm going to say new script inventory activator underscore script. Hit OK. Open up the activator. See if this will build. I could be wrong about the maximum length, but I think I've seen compilations fail because of that. Save. Right, so now we've got two places that we could find out that an item has been equipped. On the one hand, we've got our on effect start and stop, which happens when you put the ring on and take it off due to our enchantment. And we also have a script on the ring itself that we can do whatever we want with. That's going to stay around and be persistent, and we can find out when it has been equipped. So when it has been equipped, we want to open up one of the containers. So let me head on over to Visual Studio Code. Here we are in Visual Studio Code. Here are our scripts for the enchantment effect and the what I'm calling the inventory activator, the thing that actually goes in your inventory. That's a representation of the bag in your inventory. In this case, it's a ring. Let me just save that I set up Papyrus project. Cool. So the effect, what we can do is we can print out, we can just log when the on effect start and on effect stop. So event on effect start, I think it's on effect finish, or is it finished? I think it's finish. On effect finish. Cool, I have it in my history. It's like I've done this before. Actor, target, actor, caster, end event. It's the start, and then we'll do finish. And we could use debug message boxes, but let's just debug trace. And we could already use this as an opportunity to make a like cool bag util. Script name cool bag util, and this is where I like to put my my logger. So we'll do function log string text global and function, and we'll do debug.trace cool bag so that we can easily search for this in our logs, and text save. Cool. And for some weird reason, I in my personal screen like apps like this versus in my screencasts, I like different casing. It's the dumbest thing in the world. Like, it's so dumb. I don't know why. I just like it. So we will do this. We will say cool bag util.log effect start effect finish, and that is our effect, and you can just Control+S save that in your little edit source, or I'm going to do it here in my Visual Studio Code. Now the next thing we're going to do is go to the activator script. So this is attached to the actual ring itself. So and we can change the ring into something else and reattach the script. So for this one, I think I want on item equip or equipped. On item equip. Just go to events. I have all the stuff in my history. So go to these pages. On equipped. Cool. And is there an on unequipped? There sure is. Okay, cool. Now we're going to do the same thing. I kind of want to see the order of operations in the log when we put on the ring, what happens first and stuff like that. So we'll do event on equipped, actor, just say player, cool bag util.log equipped, Is it on unequipped? Let's give this item to our player, shall we? So let's go into CK, and we could do this with a quest script. We could use a player alias. Are we going to want a quest script? I kind of like having a quest script. It's just a great common place to put stuff. So let's go to character quest. Close out of these for now. And we'll make a cool bag quest. Close it and open it. Let's roll with a script so that we can see. I'm pretty sure if you use a quest alias and you use the alias inventory and you add something in there, you don't get a notification at the beginning of the game that it was added to your inventory. So we're going to do a cool bag quest script. Cool, hit OK, save. I'm going to edit that one in code. You can edit in CK if you want. And let's just get a reference to that ring. Let's just do it by form ID. We'll say int cool bag inventory activator. We already know this is cool bag. Inventory activator form ID equals. And then on the event on init, we'll get the player, and we'll add the item. We'll just do, we might want to get multiple items, so I'm just going to do what I often have, function get mod form int form ID string mod name equals cool bag. We return a form, which is game get form from file form ID mod name. So then we can just say add item get form get mod form inventory activator form ID. Now let's go get that form ID. Let's just look at all of our cool bag stuff. In the form ID column, here's our inventory activator, and it is D71. 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 Bunch of sirens out there. Let me compile. And yeah, let's run this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I run it with SKSE. Close CK. Freaking sirens. I'm going to run it with SKSE and turn on the Papyrus debug extension so that we can see the logs really easily. I covered that in the 5 episode quick mod authoring setup or something is the playlist name. Now we're going to want to look at the top left and see if it says cool bag added. I always do this with Mod Organizer. I forget to turn on the actual plugin. For shame. See if it says cool bag added. It does. If we look in our inventory under apparel of cool bag, we kind of want it to go into miscellaneous. We're gonna learn so much in this episode series, in this series. So here's a cool bag. Let's connect our debugger. We can just search for cool bag, and we'll only see cool bag logs. This down here below Skyrim, and let's put it on. The effect is started and then it was equipped. Take it off, the effect finishes, and then it gets marked as unequipped. Okay. So we can go ahead and have it activate the container. If we hotkey this, we still see that. Okay. Let's say when it's equipped, we'll open up a container. So when the activator is equipped, open up a container. So we could do int, we put this stuff in the quest script and bind everything to the quest. We'll figure out how we want to do this. Container 1 ID equals, let's go get the ID of one of those containers. Okay, let's open this up. Oops. Okay. Teeny downside to using Mod Organizer 2 is not having Skyrim and Creation Kit open at the same time. Very small downside. We named one of these container 1. No idea which one. This is absurd. I want to get them all lined up at some point. There it is. It is D6E. 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 Sometimes for stuff like that, actually SSE edit is easier. So when it's equipped, I think we'll need to close the inventory and then open up this. So we could have another helper that's like a cool bag inventory menu. Script name, cool bag inventory menu. We've done this before. We're just going to do function close menu. We do like disable player controls. Game.enable player controls. I haven't found a better way. Just other ways, but on equip, close the inventory menu. And then we should really have a cool bag containers, container instances. Cool bag container instances. And you could say form function get container 1 or something. We can't have properties because you can't have global properties, which is really frustrating. I wish you could. I'm pretty sure you can't. Let me make sure that this compiles as is. Sure does. I'm pretty sure if I say property, so like string property foo and property string function get global turn hello world. Yeah, you can't do that. I wanted to try. It'd be really nice to have global functions on a script, but you can just use getters and setters directly. So we'll just, for right now, say form get container 1. It's lame, but we're gonna use this later, I'm sure of it. Or we'll refactor into something else, whatever. Either way. Let's return. We might want references to the quest or something, or even better, coolbag util. This should live on coolbag util. String get mod name. Return coolbag.esp, and then form function get mod form global get mod name. Now we can use that from wherever. And now from here we would say like form activator inventory activator form equals coolbag util dot get mod form inventory activator form ID add inventory activator form. Cool. Because now we'll use that from container instances, and we'll return this form. We'll return coolbag util get mod form container 1 ID. What's up with that, yo? Save. That's global, so we can't have properties. We can't have privates like that. No privates. Let's just do this. We'll refactor. Cut. Paste. Get rid of this. Cool, now we're done with container instances. We're done with util. We have something that will close the inventory menu, and now we want to open up the container for the bag of holding. Now that is going to be coolbag container instances get container 1 activate as object instance, object reference. Oh, this should return an object reference. Dot activate player. Whew. Let's try this. We have a cool bag added. Should show up at the top left. Cool bag added. Now, let's go to our ring. Now here's the cool bag. There's nothing in it. You could store stuff. And now look at the cool bag, and it has stuff in it. Let's close out of this. Open up inventory. Go to apparel, because that's where it is right now. Still shows as equipped, which is nonsense. We need to unequip it. Unequip it, and then equip it again, and then we get that. So what we're going to want to do is automatically unequip it. We don't care. We're not going to do anything on unequipped. We just want to trigger this. As soon as it's equipped, we will player.unequip item. Is this a form? It's an object reference to the ring get base object. That will get us the form. Run that. Inventory, apparel. I might turn on Sky UI so it looks a little bit better. You can put stuff into that bag. Here it is in the bag. Let's go back to the inventory, back to our apparel. And the cool bag shows as equipped. Huh. Huh. Control-Shift-Y. That's how you open that up really quickly. Here's the debug console for those logs. Unequipped. Let's equip it. Cannot unequip a none item. I don't think we can say self. Does it compile? And self can't be none. That's not possible. But it's going to try and unequip an object reference. Normally you'd give it the form. I mean, it depends. Apparel, cool bag. Let's put some stuff in it. It's got a couple things in it. Go back to apparel. It's equipped. Let's look at the log again. Let's equip it. Man, you can't unequip a none item. And we compiled, right? I run it again, make sure that I did it with it compiled. Okay, I'm going to grab the reference to the ring itself, the ring form, get its form ID, and try and unequip that instead of the object reference, which is attached to it. It's really frustrating though, because get base object should return the form that the script is attached to. Here's the inventory activator. That's the ring. D71. But we know that from using it in the quest. We grab it right here. So let's just move this to the util because we need it in multiple places. Form get inventory activator form. function, it's global. And we'll just do return get mod form, and we'll just put in the ID. We already can't ESLify this thing because of the cell. Save. Over in the quest script, I want the paths. I'm gonna hide those things and not commit them. Get ignore. Star.paths. Exclude settings. Exclude all of the star.paths from showing up in my gosh darn Visual Studio Code. Cool. Back in the quest, we'll do this. We'll just add cool bag util.get inventory activator. Cool. Now here, when we want to unequip it, which is in our activator script, as soon as it gets equipped, we want to unequip it. We'll do cool bag util.get inventory activator. So that'll get the base form. See if it works. Close CK so I can run the game. Go to Riverwood and I'll attach that logger again. Let's attach the logger. Cool. Now we'll see stuff from cool bag. Let's actually print out everything in case we're missing something. Apparel, cool bag. Cool, it says it was unequipped, but we still have it open here. We can see stuff in it. Let's go to the inventory, go to apparel. Cool, it's unequipped. There's the stuff in it. Let's put a shield in it. Now let's favorite it. I'll favorite it as, I don't know, 8. So now let's open up 8. Now we can take these things, close out, and do it again. Takes us right to the bag. There's that annoying message that the bag was unequipped. I don't know if there's a way for us to silence that. AB silent equals true. Cool, let's just show that to ourselves, and then we'll commit to git, and then man, we're getting to a good kind of stopping point for episode 1, I feel like. Apparel, I'm going to go ahead and favorite this again. I'm just going to make it 1. I go to 1. It doesn't say the little unequipped message. It just feels like we're opening it. Close it, we hit 1, and it feels like we're opening it because we are. Take these items. We hit 1. And this is an infinite container that we have working. Let's see, I store it. If we try and store the bag in the bag, bad things are going to happen, or we'll just lose it. Okay, we lost it. I don't know if we want to deal with that now. That could be a really cool thing to start the next episode with. Like, hey, we made this bag, but you can store the bag in the bag, so let's make it so that you can't store the bag in the bag. See you soon. Does that sound cool? Nice, like exactly 50 minutes. We made like the basics of a bag of holding in 50 minutes. That was pretty cool, right? Ta-da! All right, peace out. I'm probably going to go record something else, and then I'll come back to this because this is exciting, and this is something I want to come back to, and we'll work on it, and we'll make this awesome. Sweet. All right, Thank you, and happy modding. Bye, everyone.